Alright, hey guys, me again, you know who I am, and today I'm here to talk about arbitrations. Arbitrations are the new elite alerts, and you unlock them by completing every single node on the star chart. That includes the derelict and all the key stuff. Alright, so every single node you have to complete. Now, as far as tips go, I would advise you to bring a frame for the mission type. Don't worry about the buffs, really. Don't be afraid to use your operator form, especially if you need to dive in after arbitration drones. Because arbitration drones can get buffs, but if you feel like that's too dangerous, just use your operator and use your amp, and you'll be fine. Now, a weapon that I'd highly recommend you invest into is the Sancti Magistar. So if you're doing defense, say, and you don't have a healer that can heal the operative in particular, the Sancti Magistar can do that. Its healing pulse is affected by range mods, and the healing done is affected by the amount of damage you do. And on top of that, this place is an excellent place to farm Endo. Though, in fact, most of the rewards are Endo, and the mods that you can get from them, they're actually in all rotations. I thought it was just going to be C rotation for the mods, but it's actually all the rotations that you can get mods in, and the chance increases the more and more you go up. But so far, I'm confident in saying that Arbitrations is probably the best Endo farm in the entire game right now, especially since it's not as easy to get burnt out on compared to the arena. In fact, I've actually done some number crunching, and I've compared that to the arena. Arena group that's dedicated to farming, and a dedicated farming group for Arbitrations. Here's what I came up with. So with Arena, I noticed there was a huge amount of variance in my Endo numbers. So I did some runs with the farm group and without a farm group in the Arena. So the highest I got in Arena was 910 Endo. And that took about a minute 30 seconds of the Arena. However, with that exact same farm group, I also did another run and got 280 Endo. And now, without my farm group, I got some runs where I got as low as 200 Endo, and the highest I got without the farm group was 570. If I took all my runs here, so I did 10 runs of the arena and I averaged them, and I got an average of 471 Endo per arena, basically. All right, and your time varies on your group, and you can say the same thing with arbitrations, really. And the maximum amount of Endo you can actually get from the arena is about 2,240, and that's if every single enemy, every single executioner drops 80 Endo, not 50 Endo, 80 Endo, which is a rarer drop than 50 Endo, and you get the 240 Endo completion bonus, which is highly unlikely to happen. Now, versus arbitrations, the minimum Endo you can get in arbitrations, if you go 2 rotations, the minimum is 700 Endo, and that's, keep in mind, that's the Ire and the Piv statues without any stars in them. And if you go for 3 rotations, your minimum jumps up to 2,700. And the lowest Endo selection there would be the raw Endo instead of the Orda, because the Orda is worth more. I also calculated what you're most likely to get, which is, so if you got all common drops, if you went for 2 rotations in arbitrations, you got 2,900 Endo, and if you were to go 3 rotations, you would have gotten 4,900 Endo. Now, the maximum values for 2 and 3 rotations are 3,375 for 2 rotations, and 6,075 for 3 rotations. That's the Valana sculpture, the Vaya sculpture, and the Orda sculpture. So in arbitrations, you are much more likely to hit your maximum Endo than your minimum Endo. And the opposite is true for the arena. The highest amount of Endo per hour, you'd get a higher number from arena farming. So I averaged my 10 runs, and then I multiplied them by 40 because 90 seconds, which is about the time we completed each run with the farm group. I didn't actually take the non-farm group into account as far as time goes, so I didn't average the 2 times. But if you were, say, to do a farm group for an hour on the arena, then the arena would be slightly better than arbitrations. However, if you're not planning to want to farm arena for an hour straight, then arbitrations is easily your best bet. As with my averages, and I multiplied my average by 40, I got a total of 18,840 Endo per hour. And if you were to do a survival arbitration and do 6 rotations, you would get which is about an hour into a survival, you'll get 14,175 Endo per hour. So around that, and that's to say if you get Endo through all your rotations. So overall, arbitrations is a way more consistent way of getting Endo, because there's a huge amount of variance in the arena, because most of this, since Endo is basically drop based, where the sculptures and the Endo from Arbitrations are based on rewards and rotation. Now, I will give you the fastest modes for Arbitrations, and there are 3 of them. Now, the 3 fastest arbitration modes are defense, survival, and interception. Now, defense is actually the fastest out of all of them if you have a dedicated group. And I actually have footage here in the background where I ran a Speed Nova, a Super Speed Nova actually, with the power donation and the overextended. We had a Buff Rhino, we had an Equinox, and we had a Phoenix Renewal Oberon. And with that team, we were able to clear each wave in less than a minute. Now, obviously, it might not be a great idea to take a Speed Nova into a public group, but for a public group, probably Neutral Nova might be the safest way to go. But in organized play, you're definitely going to want a Speed Nova or a Super Speed Nova with the Power Donation mod on to increase the speed of the enemies even further. But Buff Rhino, Nova, and Buff and Equinox made it a breeze. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, you can't swap one of these characters out either for a Icy Avalanche Frost that basically gives everybody Iron Skin, or you can swap Equinox out for a Saren. Say if you're worried about armor and going in further, then the Saren would probably scale better than the Equinox. But Equinox has, in night form, has healing and damage reduction that you can give to the teammates. So I guess it's like you want damage to go further or survive longer to go further. It's really up to you. Now, as far as the other 2 modes are basically time-based progression instead of kill-based progression. So survival, you just have to wait the set amount of minutes, and with interception, you just have to capture all the zones. And interception can be faster, is probably a bit faster than survival, but since enemies fill up the towers twice as fast, and in a public group, that might be unlikely, but we'll have to see. Though easily the most chill one is probably interception. Anyway, guys, that's all for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.